The tremor hit without warning, the grinding shiver that sent a shower of dust and pebbles raining down from the tunnel ceiling. Rhys reacted instantly, shoving Amelia deeper into the narrow passage, shielding her with his body as the ground bucked beneath their feet. Carlyle, hampered by his cane, stumbled but managed to maintain his footing, his face pale with apprehension. "Another one," Carlyle gasped, gripping the wall for support. "These are getting worse." We scanned the tunnel ahead, his revolver raised. The flickering torchlight revealed fresh cracks spiderweb across the stone walls, and a disconcerting groan emanated from the depths of the passage. "We need to move," Rhys said, his voice tight with urgency. "This whole tunnel could collapse." He led the way, his boots crunching on the loose rubble as they pressed forward. The air grew thick and heavy, laden with the scent of damp earth and something else, a faint, acrid odor that prickled at Rhys's nostrils. He couldn't quite place it, but it felt rum-tainted. They rounded a bend and found themselves facing a seemingly impassable barrier. A section of the tunnel had completely collapsed, a jumbled mess of rocks and debris blocking their path. "Blasted," Carlyle muttered, leaning heavily on his cane. "Another dead end." Rhys examined the collapse. "It's fresh," he observed. "Looks like it happened just moments ago." He began to clear the smaller rocks, but the sheer volume of debris was daunting. Amelia, recovering from the tremor, knelt beside him, studying the collapse with a focused intensity. "This isn't random," she said, her voice raspy. "This is erected." He stopped his work, his eyes narrowing. "Erected? What do you mean?" "Look at the pattern of the collapse," Amelia insisted, gesturing to the arrangement of the rubble. "The rocks are positioned in a specific way. It's not just a natural cave-in. Someone or something intentionally brought this down." Carlyle, who had been observing the collapse from a distance, spoke up. "She's right. The positioning, it's almost like a symbol." He squinted at the arrangement. "It reminds me of something an old glyph, I think. One I saw in the scrolls at Zazura." He struggled to recall the glyph, his brow furrowed in concentration. It was associated with barriers, protective measures, designed to keep something in, or something out. Suddenly a chilling voice echoed through the tunnel, seemingly emanating from the very stone itself. "Clever mortals. Your attempts to escape are amusing, but ultimately futile." The corrupted specter materialized from the shadows, its burning eyes fixed on them. Its form flickered and distorted, a grotesque parody of a human shape. The air around it grew intensely cold, raising gooseflesh on Rhys's arms. "You cannot hide from me," the specter hissed. "Vogel's power extends far beyond these tunnels. He sees all." Rhys raised his revolver, aiming at the specter. "Stay back," he warned, his voice grim. But the spectre simply laughed, a hollow mocking sound. It extended his spectral hand, and the rubble behind Rhys began to shift and swirl, blocking their path. "Your weapons are useless against me," the spectre sneered. "I am a fragment of Vogel's will. I am the shadow of his power." As the rubble continued to shift, a low hum resonated through the tunnel, growing in intensity. Rhys felt a strange pressure in his head, a sense of disorientation and unease. He glanced at Amelia, who was struggling to maintain her footing, her face pale with effort. "The resonance," she gasped. "It's getting stronger." Carl, despite his physical limitations, moved to support Amelia, his eyes darting around the tunnel, searching for an escape. "There has to be another way out," he muttered. "This can't be a dead end." Suddenly, a faint glow emanated from the far end of the tunnel, a shimmering light that seemed to beckon them forward. "What's that?" Rhys asked, squinting at the light. As they drew closer, they realized that the glow was coming from a narrow crevice in the tunnel wall, a previously unnoticed opening in behind a curtain of shadows. "The passage," Carlyle breathed, his voice filled with a flicker of hope. But as they approached the crevice, they heard a new sound, a rhythmic clicking, accompanied by a scraping noise that made their blood run cold. "Something's down there," Rhys said, raising his revolver again. "And I don't think it wants us to pass." He peered into the crevice, his eyes struggling to penetrate the darkness, and then he saw it. A pair of glowing eyes, reflecting the torchlight with an unsettling intensity. The eyes belonged to something large, something monstrous, something that was clearly guarding the only way out. "We're not alone," Rhys whispered, his voice barely audible. "And I have a feeling this is going to be a fight we won't soon forget."